216 BC, a flat open plain in southern Italy, a place called Cannae. 80,000 Roman soldiers marched in that morning, fully armed, fully trained, the most powerful army Rome had ever assembled. By sunset, 70,000 of them were dead. In 6 hours. Not in a week, not in a month. 6 hours. It was not just a defeat. It was a slaughter so complete, so total, that historians still call it the most devastating single-day military loss in all of human history. Hannibal of Carthage had laid a trap, and Rome, the greatest military power on earth, walked straight into it. Every single Roman general said it was over. Every ally of Rome began abandoning them. Even the Roman Senate considered surrender. But Rome did something that no one, not Hannibal, not history, not even Rome itself, expected. It came back, and what it did next changed the course of human civilization forever. This is the story of the trap that should have ended Rome, and the decision that made it immortal. But to understand how Rome came back, you first need to understand what Rome was built on. Before any soldier ever touched a sword, he swore an oath. The Romans called it the sacramentum, and it was unlike any promise you had ever made. You swore to obey your commander without question. You swore to never abandon your post. You swore to serve Rome even unto death. And here is the part nobody tells you. This oath was renewed every single year. On the 3rd of January, every soldier, every legion, every year, you did not join the Roman army the way you join a job. You surrendered your identity to it. From the moment you swore, you were exempt from all Roman civil law. You could not be sued. You could not own property in your own name. You could not legally marry. For 25 years. 25 years. Let that sink in. Before you ever saw a battlefield, they tried to break you. Roman military training was not just physical. It was psychological destruction and rebuilding. For months, that was the basic training period. Every single day you marched, not walked, marched, 20 Roman miles a day, and full armor, carrying everything you owned on your back. A pickaxe, a saw, a sickle, a shovel, a wicker basket, cooking equipment, and your full weapons and armor. Historians calculated the total weight at over 40 kilograms. That is 88 pounds, carried every single day. The soldiers had a nickname for themselves, Muli Mariani, Marius's mules. They wore it as a badge of honor, because only the strongest survived the march, and the march was just the beginning. The Roman legion did not win because of brave men. It won because of brutal engineering. Every single legionary carried 3 weapons. The pilum, a heavy javelin exactly 2 meters long. The gladius, a short sword just 50 centimeters long. And the scutum, a massive curved rectangular shield. Now here is what made this combination genius. The pilum was not designed to kill. It was designed to disable. When it hit an enemy's shield, the soft iron neck bent on impact. The enemy could not pull it out, could not throw it back, and could not use a shield anymore, because it was now dragging a 2-meter javelin along the ground. In the space of 3 seconds, the Roman front line had just disarmed 10,000 enemy soldiers. Then the gladius came out, and it was not used the way you think. The Romans were specifically trained not to slash. They were trained to thrust. A short, sharp thrust directly between the ribs. Because a slash requires space, a thrust requires only inches. And in the press of battle, there are only inches. Now back to Cannae. The year is 216 BC. Hannibal did not win by being stronger. He won by being smarter. He deliberately weakened his center line, drawing the Roman legions forward, while his strongest troops curved around both flanks, like 2 arms closing an embrace of death. The Romans pushed forward thinking they were winning, not realizing they were being surrounded on all sides. By the time the trap closed, there was no escape. Men could not even raise their swords. They were pressed so tightly together, they suffocated standing up. 70,000 Romans, dead, in 6 hours. But then Rome did the unthinkable. It did not surrender. It raised new legions. It studied exactly how Hannibal had beaten them. It changed its tactics. And 14 years later, at the Battle of Zama in 202 BC, Rome destroyed Hannibal completely. Then came Teutoburg Forest, 9